Welcome to the T ROH Show. It's your host, Keith. We got another T ROH coming out, mainly because on the last one that we got, we published, and this one was, let me share screens with you. This one was put over here on 3/8/2022. We were saying the T ROH Show North American National Party that we've got the money coming out if they get ready or keep going with their inflation on the dollar, US dollar. And in 30 days, it's going to be $1 to $22, national currency and all that. We're trying to help a bunch of people. And we've been working on this for a very long time. We have all of the credentials in that show, the 43 minutes. It shows by law what we can do, or what we have done and what we're able to do. And that we do, in fact, have the original seal to the currency in this country and all that. Well, guess what? The day after, we start getting attacked by a who? Anna von Reitz. She starts coming out and freaking out. Okay? So this is what she says. It's quite hilarious. Okay, so Anna von Reitz is forcing association again. Link. It says, let me go ahead and open this up for you. I'll check out why that video is not playing. Okay, so this is what she comes out with. Opus Dei, Golden Dawn, and the Reign of the Heavens Society. Opus Dei is the group that was commissioned to watch after the descendants of Jesus. That's what they were created for. So she comes out and she's talking, man, just lying her ass off. Okay. We hit a nerve with these guys bad because they're getting ready to put this New World Order in, or they actually have it in there. And we got right when we said what we said, we're going to go ahead and just change it from $1 to $22 of USD, which is actually what the stupid crap is worth. All of a sudden they freaked out. So this is against the backdrop of this late 19th to early 20th century spiritualist movement promoted by Rudolf Steiner, Madame something, and yes, even Aleister Crowley, that one must view the development of the radical Catholic spiritualist movement and its most obvious offshoots in the current day. Folks, we have nothing to do with Catholics. Nothing. And I'll tell you again, the mystical order of Opus Dei, Work of God, and the Reign of the Heavens Society, an even more polluted and perverse spin-off organization secretly funded by Opus Dei members. We're not funded by Opus or the Reign of the Heavens Society. Number one, doesn't exist. It hasn't existed since 2016. It was split off into a fraternal order to handle people accepting Jesus as their savior, Lord and Savior, and the temple itself, which is where we talk about the narrow way all the time. Anybody that ever wants to join, you're welcome to join and just listen if you want. We talk about things that churches don't talk about. People going on the narrow way, internal problems that they have, things that they deal with and stuff like that. We don't have anything to do with Opus Dei. What the hell's, or Aleister Crowley or Rudolf Steiner? Nothing. So it's very obvious. Okay. These people really think they are the chosen ones. I don't think that I'm a chosen one, or I don't think anybody else thinks of a chosen one. The 144,000 appointed by the living God to rule over the earth and mankind forever and ever. I've never claimed that. Nobody else ever claimed that. We're just going down the narrow way trying to find Jesus. That's it. There's nothing to it. It's very innocent, and they have turned it into some kind of political crap going on. But if you want to know somebody that once thinks they're a chosen one, I remember one little incident where she thought, and once she realized that she was on the wrong track, she thought she was going to be the savior, the hero to fix the country. That's what she that's what she claimed. I remember it. I'm not even going to go look it up. It's stupid. Now, but in the meantime, they're content to lie their rumps off all of the lesser beings and steal people blind. To all of the lesser beings. Think about that. That came out of her mouth. So then, but in the meantime, they are content to lie their rumps off to all the lesser beings and steal people blind. And misrepresent who and what they are and what they believe. Okay. And also try to steal the credit, good name, and identity of our lawful government. Our Federation of States doing business as the United States of America since 1776. Okay. First of all, the United States of America has not been doing business as this since 1776. Okay. Federation of States is what you have now under the Constitution of the United States, if you want to call it that. Okay. So what she did is she created she did this herself. This is not in history anywhere, folks. It's not there. Doesn't exist. And we've caught her in so many damn lies. This is nothing more than self-projection. Okay. And it says the feckless bounders have been allowed by some lax and stupid foreign government to infringe our good name and set up a corporation calling itself the United States of America Incorporated. No, it never happened. This entity has never been incorporated, period. And we've been working it for a very long time. This government says this group, the Reign of the Heaven Society, is well funded by Opus Dei. No, it's not. It's not well funded at all. The quasi-pagan spiritual radical Catholic secret society. We have nothing to do with the Catholics at all. There's never, as a matter of fact, Catholics would love to see us gone. It says another big fat lies is people promote the idea I work at the Vatican and a proponent of the New World Order, and she is, which is so widely crazy opposite the truth to some people actually believe it. Yep, they do, because she keeps moving towards, and we're going to prove that tonight. If you think that we don't know, we're going to prove that she is a part of the Vatican and a proponent of the New World Order. Okay. She says the group, well-funded and largely responsible for paganism in the Roman Catholic Church that Pope Francis has espoused. That's pretty good since we've only been around since 2012. We've gone pretty quick, haven't we? Has espoused, along with all the demon calling, sun worshiping, blood sacrificing, ritual cannibalism, claptrap, and holy union with young children, bullcrap that has so hopelessly corrupted the Roman Catholics. We've only been around since 2012, folks. That was when the country, the reign of the heavens, the country was rediscovered. So it was in the Bible. So, oh man, we've gone a long way. We've big. Now we're even part of Opus Dei now, right? All this is all crap. She just made it up. And then after this load of horseshit, she has been going around talking about the World Bank, and that she's been claimed that she's the fiduciary, have been appointed the fiduciary. I would like to see who appointed her the fiduciary, because in order to be appointed the fiduciary of a country, you have to have actual people that are a part of the country appoint you. And we've been a part of the country for a very, very long time. Okay, so what I'm going to show everyone here, I have never actually done this before. I'll do it here now. What I'm going to show you folks is these are our documents sent back in 2012. This is when Anna was trying to get, this is when she split off and said, oh, well, there's one, she always does this. There's one organic United States. That's the one Anna has. And then everybody else has the corporation. She does this. She's been doing it for years. When she wants to steal something, she goes in and splits it in two. And one is a corporation, the other one is hers, the natural one, the land and soil jurisdiction horse shit. She does it all the time. Okay, so look, it's right there. Reintroducing. This is when we sent the Permanent Bureau Hague Conference on Private International Law. We sent it to the Netherlands, and we sent it to the Department of International Affairs at The Hague. Okay, notice to all nations, states, and countries in and of the world. Reintroducing the renewed, revamped, restored, and repopulated original Confederacy. That was what the original. That was back when we had not turned it into a national government yet. The United States of America and the new Congress of the Confederation of the Nations and States, and we did that, and then we changed this back to the Congress of the United States again. Okay, so we've been doing this for years, folks. Way before her. She was still fooling around with a stupid constitution. She didn't know what the hell she was doing. And here's that. We did this. Both men approached by one, Ralph Fisher. Okay. Now, Ralph Fisher was talking about the same crap she's talking about right now. She's supposedly sent this letter over to them, and she wants her prepaid account. That's what Ralph Fisher was doing. Okay, this is a guy that he runs these psyops all the time. He works for the Navy, and he has a contract with the City of London and Vatican City. I've got a whole email thing with him. He's an assassin, and he goes around. And he's a part of he's in charge of all the assassins for the Vatican. And he called me, and he went through this claim process. And I said both men were approached by one Ralph Fisher. The claim process started with the restoration of the General Post Office and compact easement agreement with the Universal Postal Union, United States Postal Service. We have this. Monday, April 12th, 2010. I've been instructed to quit participating in this claim process. So he tells everybody right here. We were supposed to go to Vegas and all that stuff. Here's the rest of we had formed the Yisrael Nation and went over to the United States of America because that was where we were going in the first place. So there's that one. We have one here, another 2012. This is the 19th of November, 2012. Right here. Whoops. Okay. We got that one. Here's a Habeas Corpus Act of 2013. This was way before she got there. And then she comes back and says, oh, well, you guys are a corporation. I'm claiming the original one. Bitch, that was already claimed. You are trespassing, stepping on shit, and everything else. Okay? What comes around goes around, lady. This is when we said, so enacted by the United States and Congress assembled on the 14th day of the first month, 2013. This was after our elections. Yes, we had elections, and we've got the Declaration of Elections to prove it. Okay? We have here, this is another one. It's one of one. They got these stupid things in the front of it. I could download it if I wanted to. All right. And then there's another one, the Perpetual Dishonor, Treason, and Abandonment and Dissolution Act of 2013. And she's saying that there's a federation of states. Well, the states are all within the United States of America, but they haven't been converted to a federation of states, but not by anyone. Because you can't go and transfer entities and crisscross them. That's the dumbest thing I ever heard. And whoever's saying that she's claiming that she's been appointed fiduciary, lady, this has not been in trust. It's not in trust. We run it. And what it is she's upset that She's not in charge of it. That's all this is about. She's not in charge, and she's pissed off. Now she's coming up with all these other, this is a bank notice and all this horseshit. Non-Resident Alien Act of 2013. These are all Prohibition Act 2014. These are all our documents. Declaration of Independence. And this went against the the Vatican. Boy, they didn't like that. Especially the military didn't like it. It's all too bad. Order to cure with UPU treaty and proof of service. The Charter of the Temple of Yahweh. We have all these kinds of things. This is when the Reign of the Heaven structure was rediscovered. So we just brought it in. Okay, there's a Bill of Rights reinstatement through present day ratification because your Bill of Rights weren't working. Oh, when we did this, all of a sudden, everybody stopped getting messed with as much. General Post Office Exchange and Kubit Bank. This was back then when we had the Kubit. Appointment Letter of Ambassador. National Motto Act of 2013. This is a lot of work we did to put this place back together. We even went against the George Washington estate, folks, and we did a 90-day notice. They defaulted. The Autonomy and Credit Act of 2014. World Notice. Articles of Conduct. She wasn't anywhere around. Anna was a freaking figment of everybody's imagination, and she was over there in the United States Constitution. So quit listening to that crazy woman. She doesn't know what she's talking about. We're not lying. We're not a part of Opus Dei. The Reign of the Heaven Society is our religious side of our government in the country. And other religions are welcome to come in if they, if they believe in Jesus. That's the way that's fine. Here's Reign of the Heaven structure. Here it all is right there. It's all right there. SOS divisions, transferred, proclamation, Foreign Sovereign Immunity Act of 2014. I mean, come on, man. That is so much evidence that why would people keep following crazy? Does that make any sense? Here's my name, Keith Edward, right there. One of the people for the United States of America. And now this crazy bitch is stomping all over us, and we're getting sick and tired of it because she's lying, and she knows it. She knows she's lying, and everybody else knows over here that she's freaking lying. And we're sick of it. You can find these at generalpostoffice.org under notices, public and international. I think one doesn't work or something. They took it down. But the rest of it, instrument of ratification, Hague Convention with proof of service. We did all this stuff before she even came around. We even knew she existed. So she doesn't have any claim. It says the United States of America petition and land trust reclaim. We've got that already. Here's the public notice. Cancellatory of Foreign Instruments Act of 2013. Deprivation of Rights under Color of Law Act of 2013. Then we did an instrument of ratification of the Charter of the United Nations just to see if they would let us in. They didn't let us in, and we went ahead and canceled it. But we wanted to see what they would do. So we said, let's go ahead and ratify this and see what happens. And we have the instrument of adherence and ratification to the Convention on Road Traffic. We did that back in 2000, I think it was 2013. We were never incorporated, period. Never. We did not try to incorporate the country. All right, folks. So please stop listening crazy. I'm going to check this right here. Okay, on the 10th, Anna von Reitz starts attacking the Reign of the Heaven Society, saying that the Reign of the Heaven Society is funded by Opus Dei members. We asked around, no one has ever seen any money from anyone from any other organization or any religious group. It is illegal to write lies. It is further illegal to publish associations buying between organizations that do not exist under international law. So if crazy bitch is claiming to be under international law, she's trying to change the international record, which is illegal, and she goes to jail for it. I don't care how much of a hero she thinks she's going to be, but you can't change established international record. We've already established all this. We've gone through all the notices and everything. So Anna von Reitz does not care if she writes, if what she writes is true or not, because she has another scheme going on with local banks and assemblies that ultimately ends up in a check kiting scheme. She's trying to do that. Somebody's telling her that she has the prepaid account. The same thing Ralph Fisher did. Then I got the idea how the US operated. I learned from that. But I still remain trustee for the Incune account, but it's not a prepaid account. More of her followers will end up in jail for writing bad checks. Okay? Anna von Reitz is claiming that different continents are claiming their assets, which is another lie because Anna von Reitz never shows any proof of what she claims. She's claiming it, but it ain't true. Under the rules of first in time, first in right, which we were here first, that makes us the authority there. We were here first. We claimed the United States of America first, not after. The original, the United States of America, the unincorporated country, the United States of America. We are not a corporation in any way, shape, or form. We're a freaking country. And we're trying to put it back together, and dipshit keeps getting in the way. Making all these outrageous claims, which are complete crap. Because the New World Order is trying to stop it. We're going to show you that she's working with the New World Order here in just a minute. When Anna von Reitz is still trying to claim a so-called real United States and not the incorporated one. Same tactics she used when she tried to steal the United States of America for herself. And she did. She tried to, let's put it that way. When Anna von Reitz starts calling herself grandma, watch out because she's getting ready to lie her butt off. Anyone knows where she lives, let us know because we're after her. She's a fugitive. She's been tried already. She has stomped on a bunch of people's rights. She's coming in and talking shit, which she doesn't have the right to do. Let me close this one. Now, this came out the next day. Okay, after this. This came out yesterday. She's now claiming stuff that does not exist, so she will not go to jail. She is freaking out. Says the Marcos case she's talking about. Here, she comes up with this horseshit. Hold on. She's claiming stuff in the Marcos case. And she says, I'm the lawful. No, she's not. Because this is not in trust. Okay? And have recently inherited similar duties worldwide. Really? Okay. Let's see who came in and had the right to give you anything under the United States of America. You let us know because we've already told the Hague who we are. They already know who we are. They've had notice of that. So let us know who does. Not even the U.S. military has claim to the United States of America. None of them do. Period. The Navy doesn't even have it. They had me claim it. That's how it worked. Because they couldn't. And then they tried to steal it from me. And they're still trying to use this dumb bitch to do it. All right. Now, processing crimes of unlawful conversion. Crown is under prosecution. I have been overturned. Okay. All British Crown copyright claims similar overturned and Crown under prosecution investigation for crimes of unlawful conversion. Where the hell are these records? There should be a link right here as to where these records are. Where are the records? Where's the case? My standing is already established, recorded, accepted, and absolute in all jurisdictions of the law. No, it's not. Nobody recognizes this woman internationally. And if they do, they're idiots because she lies. She says, I have a signature and donor authority over this. Okay. Now check this out, folks. This is when she claimed this shit. I'm going to show you something. She's claiming Marcos is what she's claiming. The Marcos, Ferdinand Marcos, was our trustee in this matter. Ferdinand Marcos had no individual right to or interest in our assets, and he could certainly not convey a right that he himself did not possess it to his relatives, including Turbicio versus Marcos. As the donors, we have controlling interest in these and all other physical assets held in trust. No, you don't. A trust agreement where the donors come in, they've donated the assets. You have no rights to them afterwards. That's a simple donation. You cannot convert donations into under your control. That's illegal. They're either donations or they're not. It says we have controlling interest in these and all other physical assets held in trust. No, you don't. And as the public government, we are lawful owners and protectors of all American assets in international global jurisdiction. No, you're not. You were the donors. You just said right there. Somebody is screwing with this idiot and all the people that are helping her. They're coming in saying, "Oh, donation." Okay, go down to just say a Goodwill. Go to Goodwill, donate everything to them, and say, "Okay, now we have controlling interest in it." Go try to do that. You get laughed out of the store. This is the most retarded statement I have ever seen. It's idiotic. Somebody's screwing around here, and she's not smart enough to put this together. How do I know that? Because she wrote this. All right. This is, remember, folks, I was back in the day and I was doing the greenbacks. Okay. Now, you presumably realize this, have a long story of involvement in the Civil War and its aftermath, including the issuance of greenbacks. Okay. And all the way to the present day credit crisis. Now, what she's, we claimed all those greenbacks back in that day. That was back in 2010 when that happened. I have all the original American side records, receipts, and manifest. No, you don't, because you would have put them out if you did. So there is no point in arguing or fighting. She's just saying that crap. Okay? There's no way you can have all those American records, receipts, and manifests from 1781. There's no way. That's impossible. There is no point in arguing. It says this simply a correction. It has to be made public in full cooperation on all sides. You got it, lady. Let's see it all. Let's see what you got. All right. And then she starts talking about that. As a responsible fiduciary, I don't wish to cause undue disruption. No, you don't. Due to the simple fact that we have all of the assets, lady, all of them. The government of the United States of America has all of the assets of this country, whether anybody likes it or not, whether anyone wants to face it. And you are free to claim your part at any time. Do a resident declaration, do what we ask you to do, and you'll get your shit. Okay? This is a liar. Now she signs it Anna Maria Reitzinger, not Anna von Reitz or any other name. She signs under different names. All right. Now, this is really hilarious. There never was an unincorporated federation of states doing business as the United States of America since 1776. There was no federation of states until 1787 under the Constitution. Does everybody get that? It didn't exist. And we contend that it never existed, but that's all right. People want to play with fraud, you play with fraud. If Anna von Reitz was the fiduciary for the United States of America, she would know these facts. That there never was a federation of states until 1787, and that was done by the Crown. So if there were a federation of states and it were valid here in this country, that's under the City of London. the crown, folks, and the Vatican. Now, there's no appropriate federal district court orders, and if Anna von Reitz was or had metric tons of gold or an interest in gold, and that her claim was recognized, she would not need to ask for the gold if it exists or the certificate of entitlement. Anna von Reitz does not have the signature and donor authority over 1,181,336 and 336,675 metric tons of gold administered for the United States of America under a certificate of entitlement by the Central Bank of the Philippines, which was delivered to Chase Manhattan Bank. Folks, do you know why she doesn't have that? If in fact the certificate exists, due to the fact that the United States of America was never a party to the Marcos case. And as of record, there are only 171,300 tons of gold in the entire world. In the entire world, that's it. You can't have a billion metric tons because there's only 171,000. Give or take, that exists in the entire world. Go look it up. Tim Turner came up with the same scam and claimed the same amount of gold. The more the real government of the United States of America publishes about being a real government and able to prove it, which is what we did, the more Anna von Reitz will make false claims on behalf of Pope Francis, because our legitimacy stops the New World Order and shows its major flaws and weaknesses. Anna von Reitz has nothing to do with the country, the United States of America, and can never have anything to do with it because of her blood oath to the Vatican. In fact, that she works for Pope Francis, if those claims are even true. She claimed to be his private attorney. When has Anna made any difference in this country or have ever come through with any of her promises? Anna von Reitz causes confusion, which is her forte, which is why Anna von Reitz is a fugitive. Where are all of the court cases settling Anna von Reitz's fiduciary status with the United States of America? No one has seen these cases. There is no court docket of existence settling anything, and there is no proof of claim made by Anna von Reitz. We have proof of claim. We sent all this stuff to The Hague and told them who we were. We've already done that way ahead of her. By international law, you have 6 months to object. The 6 months passed back in 2012. It's over. The claims have been internationally settled. The claim to the United States of America is internationally settled. We even have copyrights on a bunch of stuff that she's trampling on. Here it is, folks. Copyright registration details for registration. Here it is, 40569. Every time you see this number on the bottom of documents, everywhere, it's under copyright with who? Confederation Party, business organization. This is when we first started out with a Confederation Party. It's been registered to us for a very long time. Business organization, name subsequently changed to North American National Party. They put business organization because that's what these people do. Okay. Also known as the government of the United States of America. That is an actual organic government of the United States of America. Okay. Business and organization does not necessarily is a corporation. North American National Party is not a company. All right. That's just how they do things on this website. The United States of America right here. Here's the NAC. This is where it's located. All this stuff. Secretary of State at these United States of America.country, registrar at these United States of America.country. All right, they're all registered here. Government logos, brands, seals, currency, stamps, and other. She has been stepping all over our copyrights for years. Completely stepping on them. And this is a title, government. Logos. That's a country, folks. Y'all understand that? It's registered to the North American National Party. And that's why we put chapters in the North American National Party. So everybody that's a part of the North American National Party has a copyright to their freaking country. So assholes like freaking Anna can't come in and steal them for herself. That's the way this works. The government of the United States of America, not incorporated. Like I said, they put this up there because that's just what they have in their forms. That's all. But it talks about the North American National Party. So even if it was a company, it's still registered to that North American National Party. And then we brought in the government of the United States of America so that they knew what this was about and blah blah blah. Okay, but it's not it's not a country. I'm sorry, it's not a business, private business. So that's just the way this is. Okay, let me get over here. Okay, so everything is still the same as far as the country is concerned. It's not messing with our country, but this woman is putting crap out that is just confusing the living hell out of people, and it's ridiculous. Let me show you some ID cards. All right, here we go. All right, folks. Somebody let us have this. We hid her her identity. So here it is, nationality. The United States, American state national credentials. Okay. Which American state, folks? Brazil's an American state. Seriously. Then it says nationality, Wisconsinite. This is your blood oath right here. That's a blood oath. Here's the home state, Washington. It should be state of Washington. That's what the Constitution says. So now this person is in a home state, she calls it. Before, remember we told her home state when we were using upper lowercase letters, it was a corporation on state. And then she said, oh, no, that everything has to be in lowercase on her stuff. And then she switched when she found out we were right. Okay. Here's Pierce issuing authority, the Washington Assembly. The Washington Assembly is supposed to be an elected group of people that are from a legislature. Okay. I guarantee the Washington Assembly has not been elected. Now she calls herself a Wisconsinite. Now here's a land and soil jurisdiction, the Washington Assembly. That's not a seal, folks. It's not a seal. You don't have any state, actual state emblems or logos or nothing on it. Then it gets worse. Then she goes, United States of America, copywritten. Really? Bitch, we copywrote that a long time ago. You are stepping on our copyrights. And so is everybody else from the North American National Party. Just because you say it's valid doesn't mean it's true. A peaceful private American. Really? What the hell does that mean? All right. Now, you're going to go under this seal right here, and anybody that's using this seal has got to have this ID in their database, that it came from them. Well, you can go over to Homeland Security, which is where they put everything. Guaranteed this isn't in there. That means you're using the U.S. seal, and it's a fraud. It's a fraudulent document. Now, let's go here. Wisconsinite. Go look this up yourself. Drum roll. A native or inhabitant of the U.S. state of Wisconsin. She met her husband, Mark, and has been a Wisconsinite ever since. A native or inhabitant of the U.S. state of Wisconsin, when there is no such thing. There's only the independent state of Wisconsin, which is an uppercase S. Put your ass right back in under the U.S., which means you go back under that Constitution, you go back under the national debt, everything. She is trafficking everybody right back into where they're trying to get away from, and then telling them they're out. That's a lie. That's called consumer fraud. And she's claiming she's a judge, and she's not. That's consumer fraud. It's illegal to do that. I don't care if you're the biggest hero on the planet, you're going to be held responsible for what you're doing here. You're not going to get out of it. No way. She's panicking because she thinks she's going to become a hero, and then all this will get set aside. Who does that? It's called the Democratic Party. They start a war in the Ukraine so you'll forget all the stupid crap they've been doing for the last 6 months or a year. All the treason they've been committing. She's doing the same shit. Now, if that doesn't convince you, I got another thing here. Let's find out what an inhabitant is. This is called a book called The Law of Nations. And I'm going to show you under that how that is defined. If you don't believe that the Law of Nations has anything to do with this, with what you guys are doing, go look up the Constitution of the United States. The Law of Nations is in there. Okay. Now, this is an inhabitant. Inhabitants, as distinguished from citizens, are foreigners who are permitted to settle and stay in the country. Permitted means you have a license to stay in the country. You have a permit. That's usually the driver's license. Now, bound to the society by their residence, not by a social compact. They are subject to the laws of the state, lowercase s, while they reside in it, and they are obliged to defend it because it grants them protection. That's why you have to go in the U.S. military sometimes, though they do not participate in all the rights of citizens. They enjoy only advantages which the law or custom gives them. The perpetual inhabitants are those who have received the right of perpetual residence. That's almost everybody. When you have children, you are under perpetual residence. You're still a foreigner, see, or foreigners. These are a kind of citizens of an inferior order, okay? These are a kind of citizens of an inferior order. They are united to the society without participating in all its advantages. That's why Congress don't have to do anything or follow any of their rules. Their children follow the condition of their fathers. And as the state has given to these the right of perpetual residence, their right passes to their posterity. But guess what? You're still a foreigner as an inhabitant. You cannot be a citizen. They gave you a quasi-citizenship just to make you think you did. That's a lie. So, folks, if you're not convinced now that everything that comes out of that woman's mouth is a complete and utter lie, then you're just dumb as a rock. There's no convincing you. There's no helping you. You can't do anything. But we told her we do have a fugitive, a wanted poster out for her, and we're coming after her for copyright violations. She's been stepping all over our copyrights. I have made sure that she has claimed over and over and over that she has copyrights. And all her, they're stepping on our good name and our copyrights. Really? We got copyrights too, dumbass. Whenever you use my personal name, I got a copyright on that. It's a business, dumbass. You've been stepping all over it, and I got a $50 million lien against it. Use my name one more time. I'm going to lien your ass, and that's the way it is. You don't have any copyrights on the country. We do. We've had them for a very long time. So whoever is coaching you needs to back the hell off and shut the hell up. Just because Russia and China are saying they're going back to the gold standard, that's going to be a setup for failure, big time, because the world government doesn't want that. The world government wants to keep you as an inhabitant. You see, folks, The world government wants to keep you an inhabitant, a foreigner to your own country, which is exactly where Anna's putting you, so that you will be subject to the world government. She's helping the devil's son. You've been warned. You've been told now. It's over. And then she's putting her blood fingerprint on it, your blood fingerprint on it, even though it's red ink, but that's what that's, and you're taking a blood oath to the Antichrist and the world government. You were just shown proof of that, absolute proof. And if you still keep going, you're nothing more than a devil worshiper. That's it. You've made your decision. It's over. Once you're noticed, you have got to turn to Jesus and his blood to get you out of that blood oath. That's the only way out. But this devil worshiping heifer calling herself Anna is over there working directly for them and the New World Order. She's not trying to help you folks. Right in her own IDs, she's putting you right directly under the New World Order. That Constitution was transferred over to the United Nations and all the assets and everything back in 1933. We've proven that. And she's out there calling you lesser beings. That's what devil worshipers do. They believe themselves superior to all others, calling you lesser beings. Unbelievable what she's doing. But we didn't hear crap from her for a long time. Then all of a sudden we came out and said what we said. Ooh, boy, got her freaking activated, didn't they? Activated her butt real quick. Just to stop us, didn't she? We can tell you right now, we're not a part of the Satanic Temple. We actually looked at that as a badge of honor, that they were attacking us. When devil worshipers are attacking you, it means you're not a devil worshiper. So the Satanic Temple attacks us, takes they call GoDaddy. GoDaddy goes on their side, takes all the websites down. We got almost all of them back up again. And that tells you right there, folks, we got plenty of witnesses. We have nothing to do with that crap. You want to get on the right side? Get over there and join the NAMP, North American National Party.com. You want to get away from all this crap? This woman is setting people up big time, acting like she's on their side. But I just proved to you right there, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that she's got you in the New World Order. You're going absolutely nowhere. You're going right back into the world government with the full cooperation of the U.S. military, full cooperation of the three-city state empire, full cooperation of the banks and everybody. What better way to lure everybody into the world government than, oh, we're going to give you some gold-backed currency. Uh-huh. Oh, by the way, you won't be able to get to that gold-backed currency. We're not going to show you where it is. We're not going to show you what it is, but here's your account. It has digital shit in it. And if you piss us off, we're going to cut your account out. Have a good day. That's where this is going. Do you really think, folks, that they're going to allow a bunch of gold in the United States? The Democrats would steal that in 10 seconds, and so would the Republicans. In 10 seconds. No problem. They'd steal it and take off. Country's full of thieves. Always have been. They're not going to let a corrupt people have gold. That's the way this works. Thanks for listening to the T ROH Show. Get this out as soon as possible to everybody you know. We are coming out with full, 6-shooters, and we're going to start shooting. That's the way it is with words. We're going to start telling the truth again, because obviously the lies have just been flowing and flowing and flowing. Thanks for listening. I'll see you next time.